We're going to keep this show going. Our first comic of the night comes to us from Chicago. You may have actually seen him recently. He opened up for Dimitri Martin over at the Orpheum. Please give a big Madison welcome to Mr. David Freeburg.
Keep it going for Nick, everybody! Did a great job. Yeah, I'm David Freeburg. You guys might recognize me because I was published at the age of 9. Yeah, in the Michael Jordan retirement issue of Sports Illustrated for Kids. Yeah. So I don't need this, okay? Just here for fun, so let's have a good time. How does that sound? This might be an unpopular opinion, but I enjoy wearing condoms. Yeah, I like it. And not just for the safety. I enjoy wearing condoms. Yeah, because I like having sex for more than 15 seconds. Am I right, fellas? Who here comes quick? Don't be shy, fellas. Make some noise if you don't last long in bed without 3 beers and a Percocet. Okay, cool, I get it. You all got perfect dicks. Good for you guys. It's fucking bullshit. I'm from a town in Wisconsin called Wausau, Wisconsin. Anybody know it? Yeah. Like about half of you guys. Yeah, a lot of people don't know Wausau, and so I gotta tell them about it. And what I always say is that Wausau's made the national news twice in my life. A couple of years ago, it made national news when it was ranked the safest metropolitan area according to FBI statistics. So it's like, I don't know how safe it is if the FBI is poking its head around there, but that was good. That was nice to see in the news. And then 2 months after that, Wausau made national news when some guy got high and blew a horse. Yeah, so that is where I am from. That's home, I guess you could say. And it was in a bunch of news outlets, and every news outlet mentioned how he was high on marijuana. And I don't know, I've smoked marijuana. I don't know if that had a lot to do with it, you know? I think that guy was gonna blow that horse that night, right? Like, the headline should have been, man smokes marijuana and then leaves his house and goes and does something. That's amazing. Like, if you're high enough to blow a horse, you are not high enough to go do that. Like, you can't be both at the same time. Doesn't work that way. I'm kind of a boring guy. Anybody else here boring? You guys are all losers too, right? Just like me. But like, yeah, I'm very boring. Like, for instance, my roommates, they're in an open relationship, so they're dating and they can have sex with other people. And that's the most interesting thing about me. You know, like, I live with them, so like, that's pretty cool, right? We can talk after the show if you guys have questions or whatever. I was at I work at an office job, and another office came in, and we had a meeting together, so we didn't know each other, and they're like, let's do a quick icebreaker. Let's go around the room, say how long you worked here, and then just an interesting fact about you. And so I start to panic. I got nothing, you know? And it's going around the room, and it gets to me, and I'm just all flustered. I'm like, hi, I'm David. I've worked here for a little over a year, and I prefer vanilla Coke. Like, most people like the classic, I guess. I'm a little quirky, I guess. A little weird. I try to eat ethically, but I still eat meat. I just do my best, Like I don't eat free-range chicken. Yeah, I don't want to eat the happy ones, Feel like we should let those live, maybe. That makes sense, I want my dinner put out of its misery, not struck down in its prime. That seems cruel. I'm really bad at saving money. Like, for 15 years, I've been saving up. 15 years. I've been saving up for a PlayStation 2. I finally got there recently, but it took a while, Because, like, every time I'd get enough money in my bank account where I'm like, maybe I can afford, to buy it, something happens, right? Where, like, my bike breaks down, I gotta pay for it. Or, like, the vet tells me my cat has urine in his, or crystals in his urine. God damn it. Fuck that. But that happened. The vet told me my cat has crystals in his urine. And I was like, that sounds like a good thing. I'm gonna be rich, right? What's bad about that? What's the conversion rate on urine crystals to blood diamonds, Like, hopefully it's good. I don't know. But I'm very poor, and so every time I hate going to the vet, because every time I go, every question just sounds like, so how much money do you love your pet? Not enough for dental. I don't love them dental, I'll tell you that much. Yeah. Turns out I do love my cat. I took him in about a week ago. I do love my cat $987, though. Yeah, that's how much it costs to remove a tumor from his face. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm a nice guy. And when we got home, he pissed on my PlayStation. So, 15 years down the drain. Just wasted. No, I was kind of nervous, though, so I called the vet, and next week, actually, he's going back in, and he's going to get that fucking tumor put right back on his goddamn head. Yeah. I got a 90-day return policy on that. My parents have a dog. Do you guys like dogs? Yeah, who likes dogs? Who likes dogs? Who's my good crowd? Who's a good crowd? Oh, man. Yeah, my parents, they have a dog. They took their dog to the vet recently, and the vet told them that their dog has depression. It's a dog with depression. And when they told me that, I was kind of bummed out at first, but then I thought about it, and it's kind of a relief, Like, if dogs can't be happy, why am I trying so hard, Maybe I can relax a little bit. It's not a big deal. If you give a dog chocolate, it can die? Yeah, that's true. But bleach is cheaper. Hey, that's just true. I didn't do it. I didn't say that I had done that. I'm not planning to do that. That's just a true thing, so don't quit on me now. Sometimes audiences do. I say that joke and then they just are done for the rest of the. They're like, we don't want to hear what this guy has to say. No, I love dogs. I do. We consider dogs to be man's best friend, right? But did you know they only really consider us friends with begging strips? That's true. That's the worst joke you'll hear tonight. This guy's shaking his head no. No. It's not funny, but it's like correct, right? It's a joke. Set up punchline, it works. I like smoking weed. Anybody else here cool? Yeah. Yeah, they say smoking weed will lower your ambition, but have you ever met anyone with ambition? Ugh, no thank you. That is the worst. No, I do not want to read your screenplay, no. No, thank you. Let's see. So like middle school boys, they're like the horniest creatures on the planet, right? And they just want to masturbate like 1,000 times a day. Yeah. So like, when does that end? Because I'm 27 and I'd like to think about anything else for a moment. That would be nice. I used to be a nanny. Yeah, I like to. Yeah. So, yeah. So maybe check on your babysitters just real quick. I don't know. Let's see how the kids are. But I liked being a nanny, but I had to quit because I realized there's no upward mobility to it, Like no matter how good I got at my job, I was never gonna be promoted to dad. That just wasn't gonna happen. And one time I was at a party, and they're like, "What do you do?" And I was like, "I'm a nanny." And this guy who I had never met, never spoken to before, just immediately goes, "Aren't you worried people think you're a pedophile?" Yeah, which is a weird thing to say to someone's face. And like I was offended, because I was like, no, I'm with these kids every day, right? I care about these kids. But I am in no way in their league. Like, they're cool kids. One of them's the quarterback of his flag football team, okay? I don't think I have a chance. I'm kind of a jealous guy. Like, if I see an ex-girlfriend out with a new boyfriend, I'll get upset or whatever. But to be honest with you, I get upset if I see any girl with any man. Like, how can she love him if she's never even met me, right? I'm a catch, okay? I have a good laptop. I mean, that's about it, but like, I got that, I was watching Netflix recently and I saw this show called When Porn Ends. And I got kind of excited. I've always been interested in that, like I've always wondered, like, did she get the promotion or like what happens next, They never go into that and it's frustrating. Because they spend the first 5 minutes setting up this beautiful plot, just a beautiful story, right? And then they don't mention it for the rest of the episode. And I'm a theater kid, so I can't come until the third act is resolved, It's tough. I think porn can be really it's like it warps my sense of reality, Like every time the pizza's late, I'm like, well, he's still fucking the last customer. He'll get to me. My favorite show, though, that I like watching is Chopped. Anybody watch Chopped? Hell yeah. It's a great show. It's a cooking game show, and I like watching cooking game shows because it makes me feel good to see someone lose at cooking. So, hey, I'm not a great chef, but I am undefeated, so that feels pretty good, I guess. And if you win Chopped, you get like $10,000, and after taxes, that's like $6,000, right? And they always ask them what they want to do with the prize money. And 9 times out of 10, they're chefs, so they're always like, well, I want to start my own restaurant. And I'm always sitting there like, that's going to be a shitty restaurant. Don't go to that restaurant for sure. Like, just once I want to see a reasonable $6,000 answer, And they're like, so Carl, if you win Chopped here tonight, what are you going to do with the prize money? And Carl's like, well, I did see a used 2007 Toyota Corolla on Craigslist. Maybe I'll meet that guy in a Best Buy parking lot after this. Check out the mileage on that puppy. Before I was a nanny, I worked at an elementary school, and I liked doing that. Unlike my first day working there, one of the other workers came up to me and they're like, by the way, you can't swear around the kids. which on my first day hearing that made me really feel like I looked like I was gonna swear around the kids. I was like, what do you think I am? But then I realized after like working there for 2 months, I was like, oh, by 2 p.m., we all want to swear at these kids. You know, like they have all these problems that aren't real problems. You know, like they're worse than first world problems. They're first grade first world problems, right? I have kids running up to me like, Mr. David, Jessica cut in line. And it's like, we're all going the same fun place. Just shut your mouth and get the F fun in line and we'll head out here. We're like, Mr. David, Emily keeps running away from me. And it's like, yeah, Keenan, because you got a permanent Kool-Aid mustache, okay? You know, and you won't stop trying to kiss her, okay? That's a problem. That's a problem us adults like to call a felony. Okay, now go play. Go. I'm Dave Freeburg. That's all I got for you guys tonight. Thank you. You've been so great. You're going to have a great night. Keep it going for your host.
David Freeburg, everybody.